Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rana Ravi from MSME and Startup Committee, ICAI. I would like to welcome our speaker, TM Mukesh Mohan Gupta sir, and our coordinator, CA Drishti Kapila ma'am, for the for today's session, MSME Pathshala series. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. First of all, I would like to thank the Committee on MSME and Startup of ICI for providing me this opportunity to act as a coordinator on this knowledgeable webinar on MSME Pathshala series, Budget 2025 Highlights for MSME Sector. Hello everyone, myself CA Drishti Kapila, coordinator of today's webinar. Now, I would like to welcome CA Mukesh Mohan Gupta ji, the guest speaker of today's session. Before handing over the session to CA Mukesh Mohan Gupta ji, I would like to introduce him to the members. So Mukesh Mohan Gupta ji is a chartered accountant by profession, having more than 30 years of experience in banking, finance, MSMEs, economy, law accounting, and auditing. He has served on the board of Dena Bank as an independent director. He was also appointed on the board of one of the Tata Group company and other public sector undertakings by BIFR, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. He was also nominated as a member on the National Board of MSME, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. He was invited by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji at his official residence to discuss the current economic situation and the way forward, especially for MSMEs in a small group. He also operates a YouTube channel called MSME Helpline, wherein he has posted more than 625 videos on various schemes for MSMEs. The channel has a subscriber base of more than 1 million. He has also hosted a positive talk with Mukesh Mohan Gupta show on Z Business and covered many central cabinet ministers, DY governors, RBI, and many CMDs, EDs of bank. So thank you so much, sir, for joining today. So I would like to hand over the session to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to the MSME and Startup Committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. We at the Institute are working hard for our professional friends so that they can work under this MSME space. Friends, today's topic was given to me is budget announcement for micro, small and medium enterprises and the startups. MSME is one of the most important engine for the growth of our economy. In this budget, while our finance minister, Honorable Nirmala Sitharaman ji, announced the budget, she told that there are four engines of growth for the economy of our country. Number one, agriculture. Second engine of growth was defined as micro, small and medium enterprises. Third is investment and four is export. So I feel that this budget was an budget of MSME because if we see the agriculture, if we see the investment, if we see the export, most of them are also covered under MSMEs. And in today's scenario, with the announcement of budget, I feel that 98% businesses of this country are managed, run by micro, small, and medium enterprises. I'll discuss how and why I am saying this thing. So this is very important that the Honorable Finance Minister and the Government of India is also of the opinion that if we want to make a Viksit Bharat, if we want to achieve 5 trillion US dollar economy, we have to support, handle the micro, small and medium enterprises. And we, the professionals, have a lot of opportunities in this vision. We need to play a very important role so that our country may be a developed country because हम देख रहे हैं बहुत दिनों से we are always developing country. Now we have to make it as a developed country. All the chartered accountant friends who are into practice are also MSME in themselves. I hope that most of you might have got that Udyam registration with you. If any of my friend has not got the Udyam registration for your own firm, be it a partnership, proprietorship firm, please get your Udyam registration, which is available absolutely free of cost online without visiting any office, without visiting any government department, sitting at your office, your home, and the entire process is of 7 minutes. Friends, as was told by Ms. Kabra, that I started a YouTube channel in the name of MSME Helpline also. Therein also I used to post various schemes by different stakeholders for the handholding support of micro, small, medium enterprises and startups. There also I have posted a video that how can you get your Udyam registration online without incurring even a single penny, without uploading even a single document in a period of 7 minutes only. So there are a lot of benefits which MSME gets by registering as Udyam registration. So there are various challenges and various opportunities also. So if we discuss about the role of MSMEs, so more than 45% of the country's exports is through these MSMEs. Or इसीलिए I am telling that, if one engine is export, that is also related to MSME. They are generating more than 36% of manufacturing, and total contribution of these MSMEs to the GDP is more than 30%. So it is almost one-third contribution to the GDP is by MSME. And this, friends, is based on the current definition. Now, many of you will be aware that the definition of micro, small, medium enterprises has also been revised by this budget. I am sure that now the contribution of MSME with the revised definition will be not less than 40-45%. We see that, we discussed a lot of things about the unemployment in the country, but it is sure that there are very, 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 very few opportunities in the government departments, be it a professional or be it anybody. These are MSMEs which employ the largest portion of our population. As per the data available under the Udyam registration, more than 6 crore MSMEs have already been registered themselves as Udyam, and they employ more than 12 crore people in these MSMEs. This photo just gives an importance of MSME for the government. Friends, you will see that Honorable Prime Minister has invited some 7-8 people in a very, very small group. I was fortunate to be invited by the Honorable Prime Minister in such a small group to represent MSME sector and to advise and to give our suggestion, none other than to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji on this MSME sector. So this photo just for this information that MSME is such an important sector. But despite of the fact that it's a very emerging sector, economy of the country is dependent on its growth, still they have a lot of challenges. So one of the very important challenge being faced by the MSMEs, which many of your clients, or if you have your own enterprise, or if you are working in some MSME, you will be facing this problem that, most of the time the MSME tells that we are not getting the formal finance. Means they have to depend either on their family deposits, funds from their parents, friends, relatives, or even from the sahukas at a very high rate of interest. They are not in a position to get formal finance from the banking channel. There is a data that only about 20% of the MSMEs get formal finance. So this is a big challenge being faced by the micro, small and medium enterprises. And even if they get the finance, they get it at a very high rate as compared to the funds being given by these lending institution to the large corporate. So despite of the fact that the MSMEs are ready to pay higher cost of interest, higher cost of fund, still most of them are not able to get finance. We'll try to find out today what we can do as a professional to ensure that these MSMEs get timely and adequate finance at an affordable rate. Another big problem being faced by these MSMEs is delayed payment from the large corporate or even from the PSUs, CPSCs, because there is a data, there is a report which tells that more than 10 lakh crore rupees of fund of these MSMEs is stuck up with the large corporate or with the government department or ministries and PSUs. They do not have enough capital for their growth. And most of the time, they are not aware of the schemes by which they can get the funds for growth of their organization. One very important problem which many MSMEs tells me all the time, there are various agencies, those who are judging them by various factors. Something is rating, so there are rating agencies, there are credit bureaus, which also, despite of their scoring, are doing MSME ranking. And this is also creating big trouble because these MSME, most of the time, what happens that even if there is a delay of 1 or 2 days, there is a delay or default of 1 or 2 days of maybe 1,000, 2,000 rupees, still these credit bureaus, these agencies downgrade their ranking rating in a big way. So this is another problem being faced by the MSMEs. Most of the MSMEs do not have any access to capital. Though SME exchanges are there, both with Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange, but there are very few companies which are able to list themselves on these BSE, SME or NSE Emerge platform, specifically for the small and medium enterprises. They are normally not so technologically updated and not aware of the product developments. There are n number of schemes for these MSMEs, but most of the MSMEs, when we discuss with them, they are not aware. Even if they are aware of the schemes, they don't know how to get benefit of these schemes. They don't have infrastructure facility. They are not aware of marketing tools and branding, lack of financial literacy. Compliances are also pinning them in a big way because n number of compliances are there for micro, small and medium enterprises also. I was just going through the calendar which any MSME need to comply, and I was shocked to see that there are compliances which any MSME need to do on a daily basis, on a quarterly basis, half yearly basis, and annual basis. I am in discussion with a very top official in the government, wherein this government is so consultative that they have invited us to discuss and to suggest that how the compliance burden of the businesses can be reduced. I urge all of you who are listening to this webinar, please, if you have any idea, do share with me. At the end of the session, I'll share my mobile number and my email ID also. You can directly contact me, or you can contact our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, MSME committee. They will forward it to me. We will discuss at the institute level and we will submit your suggestions to the Government of India, how these compliances can be reduced, particularly for the micro, small and medium enterprises. Most of the time, they are not able to get the skilled staff. MSMEs educate, skill to the raw candidate, and by the time they get the experience, they are ready to shift to some large company. So these were some of the characteristics of micro, small and medium enterprises. Now, as the topic was given to me for the union budget announcement to support MSMEs and startup, I would just like to share some of the very important announcement by the Honorable Finance Minister during this budget. One most important announcement which was announced during this budget 2025 is a revision in the definition of micro, small and medium enterprises. During this course of my presentation, I will definitely let you know, which you may also be aware, that what are the criteria on which any MSME is classified as on today, but these are some of the details on the basis of which the revised MSME definition has been announced. So, friends, perhaps you will be aware that nowadays the definition is based on two things. One is investment in plant and machinery or equipment, and the other is turnover. I am using the word and, meaning thereby that both the conditions have to be fulfilled. Both the conditions have to be fulfilled. So, meaning that, if you'll see the definition of micro enterprises, the current definition is that investment in plant and machinery or equipment should be less than 1 crore rupees and the turnover should be less than 5 crore rupees. For small enterprises, this criteria is based on again two things: the investment in plant and machinery of 10 crore rupees and turnover of 50 crore rupees. For medium enterprises, investment criteria is 50 crore and turnover criteria is 250 crore. When I am saying to and, so it means that if assume that there is an enterprise having an investment of 10 lakh rupees, so it will fall under micro enterprises up to 1 crore rupees. So if the investment in plant and machinery is only 10 lakh rupees, but their turnover is 5 crore 1 lakh rupees, it will fall in the next category. So it will be classified as a small enterprise. So both the things have to be complied with by any enterprise to be classified under that category. Now, the government has announced in this budget that we are revising the definition, and revising be not small, but investment, government has told that we are increasing it 2.5 times in every category and the turnover by 2 times. So now micro enterprises will be those who have investment in plant and machinery up to 2.5 crore and turnover up to 10 crore. Small enterprises having investment up to 25 crore and turnover up to 100 crore. And the medium enterprises investment up to 125 crore and turnover up to 500 crore. So friends, you can see that, turnover up to 500 crore will cover definitely not less than 97-98% of the businesses of our country. And the turnover is, and the investment is also huge, up to 125 crore rupees worth of investment in plant and machinery will be covered as medium enterprises. So it's a big boost for micro, small and medium enterprises because there will be many change with this definition. And major change, I'll tell that till now, if there is any enterprise having turnover of to 50 crore rupees, they were able to get the benefits under MSME because most of the schemes are for the micro and small enterprises. I couldn't find any scheme which is available for my medium enterprises. So most of the schemes are restricted to micro and small enterprises having turnover of 10 crore rupees and having investment up to 10 crore rupees and turnover up to 50 crore rupees. So most of the time, but we have observed, you might have also observed that the businesses were shy of growth. If the turnover was about, say, 45 crore rupees, They used to think, अभी क्या करेंगे? Next year, our turnover will be 50 crore and we'll be out of the micro and small enterprises ambit, and all the benefits will be withdrawn from us. But now they need not to worry, because turnover up to 100 crore rupees and investment up to 25 crore rupees will be for small enterprises. And to classify the medium enterprises, 500 crore of turnover is the limit, in addition to the investment of 125 crore rupees. So this is very, very important announcement in this budget. The another problem, as I mentioned, is lack of finance from the formal sector, and that too collateral free finance, because most of the time these micro, small, medium enterprises are not able to get the collateral free loan, and they don't have any collateral security. Because if somebody wants to start their businesses, at the start of businesses, they don't have any collateral security. Even if when they grow, they need capital for their businesses. They don't have funds to create the security. So most of the time, these micro, small, medium enterprises need a collateral free loan. And there is a scheme, friends, you will be aware, credit guarantee scheme for micro and small enterprises, CGT MSC, which as on date is available for loans up to 5 crore rupees. Now, with this announcement by the Honorable Finance Minister in this budget, this limit of 5 crore rupees has been increased to 10 crore rupees. And with this one announcement, additional credit of 1.5 lakh crore rupees will be available to these micro small enterprises over next 5 years. As I told you, that one of the engine being defined by the government for the growth of the country is export. So government also understands that these exporters also need a lot of support. Government also understand that most of the exporters are from MSME sector. So the government in this budget has announced that now, though collateral free loan under CDT MSC to any micro and small enterprises up to 10 crore will be available without any collateral security, but particularly for the exporters, if they need any term loan, they need to increase their capacity or any other capex they want to do, a term loan up to 20 crore rupees will be provided to them absolutely collateral free. This is a big announcement for MSME exporters. If you are working with any export organization, you have your own export unit, or some of your clients are from this category, please help them in arranging this loan of up to 20 crore rupees in the form of term loan without any collateral security. So these are announcements which I discussed so far are for the reasonably good growing companies. But what will happen to the new entrepreneurs? Government is aware of their problems also. The government told that, we will issue the credit cards to the micro enterprises with a limit of up to 5 lakh rupees. Thus, if there is any micro enterprises, and which are the micro enterprises, I have already explained you. And their big problem is that they don't get any formal finance. And the government is also aware of this. They told that, okay, they still may get some problem in getting the finance from the banking channel. So now government has announced that we are coming up with a scheme wherein customized credit cards will be issued to the micro enterprises only. But the condition is that these micro enterprises need to register themselves on Udyam portal. And in first year itself, 10 lakh cards will be issued to micro enterprises. So you can, friends, if you have your clients under this micro enterprises category, please advise them that for their immediate need, they should get these credit card. The complete details are yet to be announced, but very soon you will find that details are there for the credit card up to a limit of 5 lakh rupees for these micro enterprises. particularly for the women entrepreneurs, for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes entrepreneurs. Government has come up another scheme taking some lesson from the Stand Up India scheme. I am sure that you will be aware of the Stand Up India scheme, wherein it was told that every branch of every bank has to do minimum one loan to women entrepreneur and one loan to SC/ST entrepreneurs without any collateral security up to 1 crore rupees. Now, government has told that we will give to the first time entrepreneurs, those who want to start their businesses, and they need a lot of investment in capital items, maybe plant and machinery and so on and so forth. So government has come up with a scheme of up to 2 crore rupees loan for women entrepreneur, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes entrepreneurs, those who don't have any unit so far, wish to become an entrepreneur, job creator, then job seeker. So term loan up to 2 crore rupees will be provided to these entrepreneurs without any collateral security, but this loan will be in the form of term loan. In addition to the micro, small and medium enterprises, government has announced various big announcement for startup also. You will be aware that there is a scheme called Credit Guarantee Scheme for Startup. I may discuss, if you don't know, some of you, I'll discuss some of the characteristics of this CGSS scheme for startup, Credit Guarantee Scheme for Startup, wherein already government is supporting collateral-free loan to the startups up to 10 crore rupees. Since now loan to MSME has been increased from 5 crore to 10 crore rupees as a collateral security loan under CDT-MSC, the loan under CGSS for the startup has also doubled from 10 crore rupees to 20 crore rupees. And friends, startups have their own different type of funding requirement. Many a times they don't require funding for capital expenditure. Most of the time they don't require capital for their working capital need. They require funding to create an app, mobile app. They need funding to hire highly paid staff member. They need fund for the marketing of their product, maybe through digital marketing, social media marketing. So their requirement is something different. This CDSS scheme is playing a very, very important role to support the startups, because we know that more than 160 unicorn startups are already there in our country, and we wish to see many new startups who will be unicorn in near future. So this scheme, this announcement is for the startup, that credit guarantee scheme for a startup up to 20 crore rupees will be provided without any collateral security. Very, very important thing that, when we take or any MSME get any loan under these scheme, where the government takes the guarantee of their loan, the CDT-MSC, they charge some guarantee fees also. But here in this CDSS scheme, it has been announced that there will be a moderated guarantee fee of up to 1% only. And the government has already identified 27 focus sector for startups. These are the sectors. I'm not saying that the fund under the CDSS scheme will be available to these sectors only, but these are focus sectors. So aerospace and defense, automotive and auto component, pharmaceuticals and medical devices, biotechnology, capital goods, textile and apparels, chemicals, petrochemicals, electronic system design and manufacturing, leather and footwear, food processing, gems and jewelry, shipping, railways, construction, new and renewable energy, IT and ITES, tourism and hospitality service, medical value travel, transport and logistics services, accounting and financial services, which most of you do actually, audio visual services, legal services, communication services, construction and related engineering services, environmental services, tourism and hospitality service, financial services, and education services. And you will see that there are many sectors which are under service sector. So these are some of the focus sector being identified by the government, and you will get loan up to 20 crore rupees without any collateral security under the CGSS. Friends, loan is one thing, but many times these startup need capital also. Funds also in the form of venture capital, equity funding, and so on and so forth. Government has already announced a fund of 10,000 crore rupees, with the help of which about 91 crore rupees has already been committed for the startup. Now the government has come up with another 10,000 crore rupees of fund for startup. There is a benefit of tax exemption for the startups under Section 80 IAC, which was about to be finished. Now, government has announced in this budget that this benefit will be available to eligible startups for another 5 years, and it will be now available for the startups which will be incorporated on or before 1st of April 2030. There are certain more announcement in this budget, and I would like to urge you that please go through the budget announcement by Honorable Finance Minister, and you will see that from point number 27 to point number 38, there are announcements specifically for this micro, small, and medium enterprises category. So there are some labor-intensive sectors के लिए the government has announced some measures, and one of such sector is footwear and leather sector. Government has told that this scheme will support design capacity, component manufacturing, and machinery required for production of non-leather quality footwear and product, besides support for leather footwear and products. With this scheme, the government hope that it will facilitate employment for about 22 lakhs people of the country. It will generate turnover of 4 lakh crore rupees, additional turnover, and additional export of more than 1 lakh crore rupees. Another labor-intensive sector is a toy sector. We see that most of the time we used to play ourselves or for our children, the toys being manufactured in China. Now the government wish that they want to make India a global hub for toys. And the focus will be on the development of clusters, skills, and a manufacturing ecosystem to create high quality, unique, innovative, and sustainable toys to support Make in India. The third sector under this labor intensive is food processing. Government has told that a National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management shall be established in Bihar. So friends, if you are from Bihar, it's a good news for you, because the result of this national institutes are going to be huge. One, it will enhance the income for the farmers through value addition to their products, and it will be skilling, entrepreneurship, and employment opportunity for our young generation. The government has a manufacturing mission also, though service sector is also very important. The service sector play an important role in the GDP, but Make in India is also government mission under the manufacturing sector. And in this budget, the government has announced that National Manufacturing Mission shall be set up, covering small, medium, and large industries. So, in this announcement, even the large industries will also be covered for furthering Make in India, because the large industries also play important role in Make in India. And with this, there will be various support by the government, and the government will provide policy support, execution roadmap, governance and monitoring framework for central ministries and various state ministries as well. A very important announcement in this budget was on the clean tech manufacturing, because manufacturing is okay, but if the manufacturing will provide a lot of pollution, it will again create. We have a vision of net zero also. We are very much aware of the global warming also, and so the government is. So they announced in this budget that for clean tech manufacturing will improve domestic value addition and build ecosystem for solar PV cell, EV batteries, motor and controllers, electrolyzers, wind turbine, very high transmission equipment, and grid scale batteries. So, friends, these were the announcements which Honorable Finance Minister announced during Budget 2025. So, there are various other schemes also. If you permit, I can just share with you some of the important schemes. One is Udyam registration, which I am talking to you since the start of my this presentation. Currently, this is the definition criteria for micro, small, and medium enterprises. And one or two small things I would like to add here, that now this criteria is for both manufacturing as well as service sector. So whether you are in a manufacturing category or in a service sector, you need to follow the same criteria. A very important announcement was there from the government that traders are also part of MSMEs. For them also, the same criteria will be there, but the benefit to the trading MSMEs will be only on priority sector lending. Other benefits will not be available to the trading category of the micro, small, and medium enterprise. Another important aspect in this definition is that export turnover need to be excluded while calculating the turnover of any enterprise for the purpose of deciding to which category they fall. As I have informed that we have this MSME helpline YouTube channel wherein I try to post various information for my MSME friends in very simple Hindi language. So we have made this Udyam registration ki sari jankari, and we make videos on how to get things, step-by-step process. So there you will find a step-by-step process to get your Udyam registration also. Soon we are starting these videos to be in 6 regional languages also. So it will be in Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, and some more. So soon you will find that if you are not from the Hindi area of our country, you will find that these videos dubbed in various languages. A very, very important scheme for the micro, small, medium enterprises is zero effect, zero defect, which is called in short JED. This certificate is given to micro, small, and medium enterprises. The base certificate is given absolute free of cost. And this certificate gives a guarantee from the government that your product, whatever you are manufacturing, is zero defect. There is no defect. And the process through which you are manufacturing your product doesn't impact any adverse on the environment. So zero effect on the environment. So this is zero effect, zero defect certificate. Friends, if you get this certificate, the government of India will publish the name of your business on their website and will be visible even to your customer and other stakeholders. If you want to see that your product being manufactured by your business is zero effect, zero defect certified by Government of India. Perhaps you will be aware of ONDC. It is going to be next UPI, Open Network for Digital Commerce. If there is any micro, small, medium enterprises, they face big challenge in marketing or selling of their product. We see that we always tell that it's a global India, global market, but these MSMEs, most of the time, they are able to sell their product in the nearby area. But if they want to sell their product digitally, they have big problem. Problem number one, they need to create their e-commerce website. They need to create their mobile app with payment gateway and all many other things, which may cost heavily to these MSMEs. A lot of technology involved. And even if they invest that much of money, the second problem is how to market that website or the mobile app. जंगल में मोर नाचा, किसने देखा? So who will see their mobile app or the website with e-commerce facility if they will not invest huge amount in marketing of their website or the mobile app? The third problem is that even if they are aware of these issues and have the mitigation for these things, how to deliver their product. Suppose a company is there, which is located in Delhi. They got an order from Chennai, from Visakhapatnam, from Jammu, or from far away area. How to deliver that product, how to ensure that this product will be delivered on time. If they have number of orders, how to manage that. With this open network for digital commerce, there is a solution for all these problems. These companies will get their own mobile website, like we have on Amazon, Flipkart. So they are the closed network. If you register your product on Amazon, it will not be visible on Flipkart or Myntra or any other. If you enroll your product on Flipkart, you will not get it on Amazon or other portal. But can there be any situation that if any MSME register their product on one platform, it should be visible on many platforms? With this vision, government has come up with this open network for digital commerce, that once any MSME register themselves, onboard themselves on one platform, there are n number of platforms where their product will be visible. This facility they can avail in 1 or 2 days maximum. All their products, everything will be visible. The logistics partners are also available on this portal, on this protocol. So once any MSME get any order, lot of logistic companies are there. They will come and quote, everything will be digital, that will deliver. And they will quote their rate also. मैं इसको 10 रुपए में deliver कर दूंगा जी, मैं 12 में कर दूंगा, मैं 2 दिन में कर दूंगा, मैं 5 दिन में कर दूंगा. So they will get n number of offers. These MSME can select through which logistic partner they want to deliver their product. The closed networks with like Amazon, Flipkart, and so on, they charge not less than 30% as their commission. But with this ONDC platform, the commission will be drastically low, maybe in the range of 5 to 7, 8%. Another big benefit to micro and small enterprises. As I informed you, for the clean investment, government has already come up with a gift scheme. Green Investment and Financing for Transformation Scheme. It's a gift scheme where 1,200 crore rupees of funds is to be given to 12,000 MSMEs. And here, the government has announced that will give 2% per annum interest subvention for term loan limit of up to rupees 2 crore rupees. And this 2 crore rupees also will be covered under the CDTMSC scheme. There are various sectors, but still it is a sector agnostic. Government has come up with another scheme which is called MSC Spice, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Scheme for Promotion and Investment in Circular Economy, where the government is providing capital subsidy up to 25%. So you can advise your friends, your clients, your own company to get 25% subsidy on plant and machinery for some technological upgradation in circular economy if the value of the plant and machinery is up to 50 lakh rupees, because subsidy here is up to 12.5 lakh rupees, which is 25% of 50 lakh rupees. Credit guarantee scheme for startup, I have already told that now the limit has increased from 10 crore rupees to 20 crore rupees. Here, as on date, the guarantee is up to 10 crore rupees, and the eligible startups are those startups which are duly recognized by the DPIIT, and they have to get a startup registration certificate from DPIIT, which also again is available absolute free of cost online without visiting any office, any department of the government. The another condition to get this collateral free loan is that you should not be in a default to any lending institution, banking channel, and you should have not been classified as NPA since inception of your startup. It applies to any loan, be it a startup loan, be it MSME loan, be it large corporate loan. This condition is very important. ऐसा नहीं कि you form the company today, get your registration of startup and visit the bank that give me 10 crore rupees or 20 crore rupees as collateral free loan. The government has told that at least show your some results of 12 months period. So after incorporation, after getting startup registration, there should be some audited monthly statement of more than 12 months period. So here also I have made a video on collateral free unsecured loan up to 10 crore rupees to startup. GEM is fantastic scheme of the government. The full form is Government E-Marketplace, where the government has decided now that all the purchases by the government department, by the CPSCs will be through this common platform, which is called Government E-Marketplace. Here also I have posted some video. You can go through and take that. So, friends, as far as budget announcement are concerned, so these were the budget announcement during the budget 2025 announcement by Honorable Finance Minister. I would urge the organizers that if the participants have any query on the budget announcement or anything related to micro, small and medium enterprises, please, they can ask now. I'll
Sir,
ask
they
the...
will ask the question after the session, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, if there are any question?
Yes, sir. Few questions is there. I'm sending you. Just to wait.
Please.
Ma'am will ask you, sir. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, they will ask the question. I'll send the question after the session, sir. You can continue, please.
Please.
Okay.
If there are some question, we can just discuss.
Okay, sir. Then I am sending you. Wait, few seconds. Just few seconds, sir. I'm sending you. You will ask. Dishti ma'am, please ask the question. I'm sending you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting the key points of the budget 2025 for MSME sector. So I would like to present some of the questions from the members. So the very first question is there any scheme for subsidy newly introduced for manufacturing or service sector?
So subsidy, as I told, one scheme I have told you, for the circular economy, there is a central government scheme. But other scheme for the subsidy are state government schemes. So different states have their different subsidy scheme. तो वो लुभाते हैं MSMEs को. Every state is encouraging the MSME to come to their state. So these are subject matter of state government. So different state governments have different subsidy scheme. Yeah.
Okay. So the second question is, what are the proposed tax benefits
To whom?
for the MSME sector?
No. So there is no such announcement as regard tax benefit to micro, small and medium enterprises.
Okay.
Only thing which I discussed was the tax benefit, tax exemption for 3 years to the startups that has been extended for another 5 years.
Thank you so much, sir, for the clarification on this. So the third question is, are there any interest subsidies or reduced loan rates specifically for MSMEs?
So see, the MSMEs are covered under the priority sector lending. And the Reserve Bank of India and Government of India both are concerned about timely and adequate finance at affordable rate to micro and small enterprises. But there are no interest subvention as on today, except one scheme, gift scheme, which I discussed during this presentation. And I told you, friends, that micro, small, medium enterprises is a sector which is more profitable for the banking sector also. I used to tell to the bankers that don't shy to finance to MSME because your profitability is also based on the financing to MSMEs. The large corporate, the government departments, when they approach the bank or the bank approach to them for financing of their project, they demand a lot of things. They don't want to pay any processing fees. They don't want to pay any other charges to the bank. They want to pay very, very nominal rate of interest. And because when bank sees that there are no risk or very low risk in financing to these large corporate, they also offer very reasonable low rate of interest to these large corporate. But when any MSME goes to bank for getting finance, these bankers charge comparatively higher rate of interest from these MSMEs. And most of the time, MSMEs are bound to or ready to pay the higher rate of interest also. So to answer your question, currently there is no interest subvention scheme for the micro, small and medium enterprises.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So the fourth question is, were there any reductions in GST rates for MSME products or services?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So the updated MSME limits are applicable from which date, sir?
So it has been announced in the budget but the final notification is yet to come from the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. As on date, it has not come. I hope that it will be definitely applicable from the next financial year. The budget was for the financial year 25-26. So we are hoping that early April 2025 will be able to see the notification for the revision in the definition of MSME, which has already been announced. But it is not applicable as on today.
Okay. Okay. So, are there any technology upgradation schemes for MSMEs?
So there was a scheme for technological upgradation. Capital subsidy was there, but as of today, no.
Okay. Are there new provisions for MSMEs to access government e-marketplaces?
Yeah, I have already discussed the GEM portal is
Yeah,
there.
correct.
The marketplace. I suppose I have already covered this in my presentation, that now the government wish to purchase everything is government e-marketplace, single portal, so that there are no corruption. It is a transparent system. And whenever any MSME, because there is a public procurement policy also wherein the government has instructed to all CPSCs that minimum 25% with certain subcategory for the entrepreneurs is to be purchased from the micro and small enterprises. So the MSME friends should get themselves registered as a supplier on this GEM portal. And GEM portal I have already discussed.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you so
government
much, sir. So, are there any special provisions for MSMEs in the green manufacturing sector?
green manufacturing, yes. So for the green manufacturing, I told you that there is a gift scheme which I have discussed. There is a scheme for the circular economy. And in this budget also, the government has announced that for the clean tech manufacturing, which I discussed, that the government has commitment to climate friendly development. And this mission will be started by the government to support clean tech manufacturing. And this will cover value addition and build ecosystem for particularly solar PV cells, EV batteries, motor and controllers, electrolyzers, wind turbines, very high voltage transmission equipment, and grid scale batteries. So these are the focus areas where the government is of the opinion that it will create a clean tech manufacturing in the country. So you will soon see some of major announcement under this clean tech manufacturing by the MSME sector.
Okay. So, support MSME digitization and adoption of e-commerce platforms to expand their market research.
I couldn't get you.
So, what are the support MSME digitization and adoption of e-commerce platforms to expand their market research?
Maybe, friend, your question was before end of my presentation, because I
Yeah.
tried to cover. I knew you will ask this question as an astrologer on a lighter mode. So I have discussed that ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce, is a very, very big announcement, big scheme by the government to cover your question, to make them global, to make them ready for the digital e-commerce seller. Open network for digital commerce is there, through which you can, any MSME can market their product online. And believe me that it is going to be next UPI. So like UPI doesn't have any mobile app. If you will find, there will be no UPI mobile app. There are GPay, there are Paytm, there are many other things. But similar way, if you will try to find out ONDC as a mobile app, you will not find any mobile app in the name of ONDC. There are various seller network platform like Paytm also. If you go to Paytm, you will find that there is a separate section that ONDC sellers are there. So ONDC is the answer to your question.
Okay. So, is Section 43B, Clause H of the Income Tax Act applicable to trading units, which are MSME units?
No.
No. Okay. So Section 43B under clause H is not
where the one was told that, payment to micro and small enterprises need to be made within 45 days. So friends, this provision was already there under the MSMED Act 2006, which was enacted on 2nd of October 2006. But then what happened? The implementation was not so good as was enacted by the government. So in the last budget, not in this budget, but in the budget previous to this budget, a very fantastic section was introduced by the Honorable Finance Minister, namely, which you told, 43BH under the Income Tax Act, which tells that if there is any outstanding to any MSME by any organization as on 31st of March for more than 45 days, meaning thereby that if the bill outstanding of any MSME may be of about 15, 12 February, 13 February or so, 45 days, it will not be allowed as a expenditure to that company. So just imagine that there is a company which has a profit of 10 lakh rupees. And this company also has an outstanding bill of a micro small enterprises of 1 crore rupees, which is outstanding for more than 45 days as on 31st March. तो अगर 10 फरवरी को कोई बिल है of 1 crore rupees, which was not paid as on 31st of March, it will be added to the profit because this expenses will be allowed only in the year in which it will be paid. And if it is unpaid as on 31st March of any year, it will be not allowed as an expenditure. So tax will be on 1 crore 10 lakh rupees. Fantastic section. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. So, can a chartered accountant register his services on ONDC platform?
So service sector are not covered as on today. Yeah. But definitely it will come soon.
Okay, right now we cannot. Okay, okay. Are there new financial protections for MSMEs affected by delayed payments?
This is very important question. So one important announcement, as another friend asked, 43BH is playing very, very important role in finding solution for the delayed payment. So on delayed payment, I would like to discuss 2-3 things. That this is one of the biggest problem. I discussed this in my initial challenges also when I was discussing that what are the challenges being faced by the MSME, and I told that one of the challenges delayed payment from their customer. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006 was introduced on 2nd of October 2006, and there are specific provisions from section 15 to section 25 that if anybody, any organization doesn't make the payment to micro and small enterprises, medium is not covered. As I told that, most of the schemes and facilities are available to micro and small enterprises only. So if any organization doesn't make the payment to micro and small enterprises within 45 days of the acceptance of goods or services, they will be required to pay interest at the rate of 3 times of bank rate. 3 times of bank rate means what is the repo rate? 3 times of that. And this interest is payable on a monthly compounded basis. So this is a fantastic provision was introduced in this MSMED Act. And if anybody doesn't take the payment despite of this provision, then the micro small enterprises can file a complaint online on a portal called Samadhan. They can just file a complaint, and to file the complaint, they need to be registered as an Udyam registration certificate, and this Udyam should be with them prior to the date of invoice. So this certification is required. Then they need to upload the work order. My advice will be that everybody should get a work order. We should advise our clients also that please, before supply of any goods or services, ask your customer to send you a work order, a purchase order. There is no format for the purchase order, even an order on a simple format through an email is also a work order. So this work order need to be uploaded. Then copy of the invoices are to be uploaded on the Samatran portal. I am also part of one of the facilitation council because once you file your complaint on this Samadhan portal, it goes to facilitation councils, which are called Micro and Small Enterprises Facilitation Council. I'm also part of one of the MSCFC, which is Micro Small Enterprises Facilitation Council. We call both the parties, request them, advise them, make them aware of the implication of non-payment to these MSMEs, and suggest them, the buyer, to make the payment to these MSMEs. If they don't agree, the matter goes to the arbitration, and the award of the arbitrator can be challenged only by making minimum 75% payment of the award amount. This is a fantastic provision. So you can take benefit of this. You can take benefit of Section 43BH. Though insolvency and bankruptcy code is not a recovery code, but that is also providing great help to micro, small, medium enterprises also. So if the default amount is 1 crore rupees or more, there is no pre-existing dispute, and the buyer is a corporate, then you can use the IBC also, a tool to recover your amount in a timely manner. Trades platform are also playing important role in timely payment to these micro, small, and medium enterprises. So you can take the benefit of trades also. For the trades also, the limit of the buyers was turnover of 500 crore or more, which has already been reduced to 250 crore. So any CPSE or any private company having turnover of 250 crore rupees or more are mandated to register themselves as a buyer on the trade platform. So if you are supplying any goods or services to these companies, you can upload your invoice through this trade platform, and you will get the payment within next 2 days, that too at a very, very competitive rate. In addition to this, there is a provision under the Companies Act, which tells that every corporate has to file form number MSME 1 every half yearly. So for the period from April to September, this MSME form number 1 has to be filed on or before 30th October. And for the period from 1st of October to 31st of March, this MSME form 1 needs to be filed before 30th April. So within 1 month from the end of this half yearly. So if any of your buyer, which is a corporate, is not making the timely payment to you, please download their MSME form 1. If they have not filed this MSME form 1, please lodge a complaint with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. If they have filed the MSME form 1 and have not mentioned your company name, your outstanding on this MSME form 1, and you have enough support that there are dues by that company to you, please lodge a complaint with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. There have been various cases in recent past wherein the registrar of companies has imposed huge penalties on the corporates which are not regular in filing form number MSME 1. So these are some of the things which you can use for timely payment to micro, small, medium enterprise.
Thank you so much, sir, for such knowledge. So the next question is, does the budget propose any measures to reduce default risks for MSME loans?
For
MSME loans.
please, I couldn't get you the full.
Okay, I'll repeat my question. Does the budget propose any measures to reduce default risks for MSME loans?
To reduce.
Yeah, correct.
It is in your hand, friend. You know, most of the time I used to ask from the MSMEs that, are you a defaulter? So most of the MSMEs give answer no to me. No, we are not defaulters. So we ask whenever any MSME asks us that bankers are not funding to us. So my first question to them remains that is there any default? So they normally tell no. And when I again ask, अच्छा कोई delay विले, then they come up. ओ सर डिले का क्या है, 2 4 5 दिन का डिले हो गया तो क्या बड़ी बात है, बट वी आर नॉट एन एनपीए. सो द मोस्ट ऑफ द एनपीए, most of the MSMEs understand that default means that their account is NPA or standard, which is very wrong perception. Definition of the default is 1 rupee 1 day. So friends, if you need to pay 1 lakh rupees as interest as on 31st March, you have paid 99,999 rupees on 31st March itself, and 1 rupee remain balance, and you made this 1 rupee on the next day on 1st of April, you will be classified as a defaulter. Your CIBIL score will be affected badly. There is a CIBIL MSME rank, which I already explained during my presentation, that is also creating a lot of hurdle to the MSME in getting the timely and adequate finance. Your CMR rank, the CIBIL MSME rank, will also be downgraded. Multiple notch maybe. So there is a ranking system between 1 to 10 for the MSMEs. If you are within 1 to 4, you will be able to get good finance at good rate. If you are in the rank of 5, 6, you can get, but the banker will ask a lot of collateral security, will charge heavily as far as rate of interest is concerned. If the rank of your MSME is between 7 to 10, you're non-bankable. So you will not get any finance. No bank will be ready to finance any MSME if your CIBIL MSME rank is in the range of 7 to 10. So budget cannot announce anything to reduce the default. It is we, the MSMEs, who can manage our financial properly to avoid the default. But please, my request is that you advise your clients. And if you are working in a company, please ensure that there is not a delay of even 1 rupee of even 1 day if you want to get timely and adequate finance at a good rate, affordable rate, low rate of interest. This is very, very important.
So, are there any provisions for credit guarantee enhancement for MSMEs?
So it is, the upper limit has been fixed up. So upper limit as on today, credit guarantee for micro small enterprises is 5 crore rupees, which is proposed to be 10 crore rupees. You will soon see the announcement for that also. For a startup, it is up to 10 crore rupees, which is going to enhance up to 20 crore rupees. There are another scheme for Mudra scheme, which was 10 lakh rupees, increased to 20 lakh rupees, where the government guarantee is available. So if you get the loan of up to 2 crore rupees under this scheme, and your business grows, and you have a demand of 4 crore rupees during next year, the guarantee can be enhanced, increased up to the upper limit.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering this question. So, next question is, are there any offer incentives for MSMEs?
Offer for?
For offer incentives for MSMEs.
Offer incentive.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of incentives basically to the MSME. As I told you, this if funding is there, it's a priority sector funding, collateral free loans are there. If you see the delayed payment, that is also again, these are the incentive to the MSME. Penalty to the person or to the organization, those who are not paying the interest. There are minimum 25% purchase by all the government departments from these micro and small enterprises, mandated. It's an incentive to the micro small enterprises. If you want to take IPR of your organization, so there are incentives for that reimbursement of expenses also. If you want to participate in any trade fair, even in the foreign trade fair, you get lot of facilities, to and fro fare, cost of transporting the goods also. So there are n number of incentives for the micro, small and medium enterprises by different stakeholders. Not only by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, but various other ministries like food processing industries also have a lot of subsidy scheme for MSMEs.
Okay. So the next question is, were any new free trade agreements announced that benefit MSMEs?
New trade benefit.
Free trade agreements.
Oh, free trade. So, not in this budget, actually. So, all the announcement which were made for the MSME sector in this budget, as I told you that there are specific points. So, from point number 27 of the budget announcement till point number 38 are specifically for MSME sector, and each and every announcement made in this budget for MSMEs has already been covered by you.
Okay. So the last question, not the least one, are there any measures announced to enhance the cyber security for MSMEs?
So, if we see the budget, so budget doesn't have anything for the MSME, and the cyber security is not particularly for MSME, it is for everybody. Not only Government of India, but the Reserve Bank of India and many other ministries run various initiatives to make you secure. आप सुबह शाम सुनते हैं अपना OTP किसी से शेयर मत करना, right? So there are various awareness scheme. Now, if you call anybody, there will be no ringtone. The ringtone, what the ringtone will be? Ringtone is कि अगर आपको कोई CBI जज या कोई और पुलिस अरेस्ट करे तो प्लीज डोंट बिलीव दैट. So there are a lot of awareness on this, but yes, for this cyber crime, the government has created a lot of toll-free numbers where you can submit your complaint. But and this entirely different subject. We can discuss someday, whole 2-3 hours on this cyber security. What are measures the government is taking to prevent the citizens from these cyber frauds? But that's entirely a different subject matter.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering all the questions of our members. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, friends. I enjoyed a lot. I learned a lot with this webinar. I'm quite hopeful that I had been able to give you brief idea of the announcement being made by the Honorable Finance Minister in this budget. In case you have further queries, so Kapila ji, please, whenever there is any query, just send me a mail. I'll try my best to answer the question of my friends who are chartered accountant or other professionals, or some of them may be the micro and small enterprises. So it will be my pleasure to answer those questions.
Sure, sir, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Namaskar.
A wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank you,
calling.
everyone.
Thank you, tech support team.
Okay, ji.
Thank you.